A deserted, desolate island, alone in the Atlantic, lashed by storms, scorched by the sun, abandoned, littered with industrial waste.
Previous tenants weren't exactly kind to the environment.
This is unbelievable.
It just metal all over the place.
But this island has been thrown a lifeline. A cruise ship company plans to transform it into a luxury destination like no other. And they've got just 3 years to pull it off. This island needs to be sculpted, shaped, and wired for the 21st century. It needs buildings, restaurants, and shops. An ecosystem needs to be restored, and thousands of trees and shrubs planted, coral reefs rescued. An authentic island resort designed and built for expectant guests. It's a project more ambitious than anything they've attempted before, and one laced with challenges.
The project's in big trouble.
It gets harder every day.
Questo è un disastro.
It's a gigantic task.
Every day we meet challenges.
Probably the toughest project that I've ever had to do.
It's really frustrating.
A race against time.
When this is all done, I'll be the happiest man on this island.
Guests have already bought tickets. Holidays are already booked.
This is something that has never been done before.
But will the team tasked with building paradise pull it off? MSC Cruises, one of the biggest cruise ship companies in the world. For 17 years, this family-run company has operated some of the largest and most luxurious liners on the planet. Led by its chairman, Pier Francesco Vago, this company is prepared to spend millions to get an edge over the competition. To get that edge, they want to provide experiences that no other cruise company can. So in 2012, they decided they would buy a private island and turn it into a luxury destination for their guests. But this beautiful island didn't exist. So architect Louis Ajamil was given the task of finding a blank canvas on which to build it.
To find an island where you can bring a cruise ship of the caliber and size that MSC has to have certain basic features, such as you have to be near deep water that the ship can get close to the island, and it's got to be in proximity to routes. What they basically asked for is how to create paradise.
The search was on, and after 3 years, Lewis and MSC Cruises found what they were looking for: Ocean Key. At just 95 acres, Ocean Key sits in the island chain of the Bahamas, a tiny speck of land in the Atlantic. Once home to a sand mine, but now an abandoned mess.
We found an island full of junk from the old mining operation that existed, and that mining operation had been going on for 40, 50 years.
The island's new owners saw Ocean Key's rich potential, but will they manage to transform this piece of forgotten industrial land into their vision of paradise on Earth? The man risking his professional reputation and millions of dollars is company chairman Pier Francesco Vago.
I went personally to see if there was a possibility to develop a destination. Then I fell in love. My dream was not only to transform an island or to create a destination, but was to actually have an impact that was environmentally correct. I imagine one day a ship that could actually go alongside this island and to actually make the island the extension of the ship.
The plans for the island boast beaches, lagoons, and palm trees, a haven for wildlife, and an enriched marine habitat. But they require an ecosystem to be restored, and shops, restaurants, and a towering lighthouse to be built. But this is a project that faces adversity. A construction site on an isolated, disconnected island facing rough seas and dramatic weather, an island plagued by waste, and a project that cannot afford to run over schedule.
We already sold tickets to passengers where we promised them to actually be the first one to go to Ocean Key. It's a big challenge. It's reputational, it's contractual, it's a promise that we want to keep to our passenger.
Those tickets are hot property, a holiday of a lifetime, and the passengers are expecting perfection. With less than 3 years to build this paradise island, Ocean Key must be ready on time. The first few months promise to be some of the most challenging, as tons of debris is cleared, the coastline secured, moorings are constructed, and 2 huge lagoons carved into the island's center. Mr. Vago has set aside an eye-watering $200 million to build his slice of paradise. In charge of making his vision a reality and keeping it on budget is project manager Chris Ellis.
Mr. Vago is a hard man to please, but there again, he's got a right to be. You don't get to be in that kind of position without being a hard man to please, without striving for perfection. I'm with him all the way.
As work to clear the island begins, Chris has begun to share Mr. Vago's detailed vision.
The wedding spa's on the rock revetment over there. We've got our conservation bit there. And then we've got a tiki bar and a restroom. And then the yacht club behind us, which will be where the premier guests get to enjoy life.
In Chris's line of work, you need to have a good imagination.
This is where people will renew their vows. With the sun setting over here, it'll look beautiful.
Working alongside Chris is Michelle McGregor.
So obviously this is going to be the lagoon.
She'll be the general manager once the island opens. But there's plenty of decisions to be made before then.
Where's the ocean going to start?
Probably about 20 foot that way.
Building an island almost from scratch means that even the ocean can be moved to suit, and everything is being designed with the first guests in mind.
If I'm a guest and I paid for a cabana, do I want a whole bunch of people in front of my cabana? Or do I want to be the closest to the beach and then people will go sit behind me?
Will they?
Do we do one forward, one back?
We could do, actually. That might be nice.
Right?
Yeah.
But before anything can be built, Chris, Michelle, and the team have to clear the island. For decades, this island has been producing and exporting its most valuable natural asset, sand. And all that mining for soft, white sand has meant tons and tons of heavy machinery that's now been left behind. 7,500 tons, in fact. And now every last bit of broken, twisted metal needs to be removed.
There's so much metal out there, man.
Even with the metal detector, there's so much metal, you get buzz all around.
Metal all over the place.
At first, you're picking up small pieces, then you look, you got half of a building, you got a boat, you got a plane, you got a tractor. What else is under the ground? You know, and we got to get all out. So I really wondering if I ever can see my family again.
From an engineering perspective, it's like an unlucky dip rather than a lucky dip, because you literally don't know what you're going to come up against. Big tractor tyre, old rusted cans, rebar, whole lot. This is exactly a reminder of how badly the island was treated by its previous owners.
This team of Bahamian workers can't stop the cleanup until every bit of metal is removed. And the construction work on the island can't begin until they've finished.
It took them 30 years to put it in, but it given us 3 to 4 months, maybe 6 months to take it out. We didn't know what we was up against, and every day the tide changes, and stuff just keep popping up.
We can't leave one bit of this stuff behind, so we need to clean up the whole of the island. So it's not a danger to our guests, because we don't want anyone stubbing their toes, but also so they can enjoy it as much as we do. So everything has to go.
It's going to be a long, hard slog to get this island ready. And with the clock already counting down, Chris and his team face a race to catch up. When cruise ship company MSC decided to transform a deserted island, they knew they would have a tough job on their hands. Ocean Key promises to be an eco-friendly oasis for over 5,000 expectant guests, with pristine beaches, tranquil lagoons, and a back-to-nature feel, built alongside cutting-edge infrastructure. But before any of this work can begin to build this island, and with the countdown to opening day already on the way, cleanup staff have to rid the island of thousands of tons of discarded metal.
All ironwood in that area goes on the truck.
Operations manager Michelle McGregor wants her bosses to see the problem for themselves. Now, Gianni Onorato, the chief executive officer for MSC, is on his way from Geneva to see just how costly removing this debris might be.
I think that Mr. Onorato will really get a feel for how much was left behind. Hi, how are you? This is debris that's been found in the water, by the way.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So all of this material here is just the debris cleanup company that we hired for the surrounding in the ocean. And they've only been here for a week. Tractors, it's not normal. All of this stuff was either buried somewhere or in the ocean.
I was shocked to see all these debris. We were not expecting to find so much.
All of this needs to be taken off of the island. These are delays.
These are also millions of dollars.
Yeah, millions of dollars
more,
and time.
Delays,
yeah.
yes.
This is a big
But
part of the delay. We're going to be on time.
Anyways.
Exactly.
This keeps going on and going on. It's an expensive operation, but it's necessary.
Shocking.
What is this even?
This is a tank.
It's like a...
This is a tank.
Yeah.
We'll be ready, first of all, because you must be optimistic. And secondly, because we have already sold the cruises with Ocean Key, so we must be ready.
But on Ocean Key, it's not just the metal on land that's holding things up. Offshore, there's a sea full of surprises waiting to be found. The mining operation that existed here also involved extracting sand from beneath the seabed. And now, with every tide that washes in, more metal fragments, large and small, are being discovered. Today, the team cleaning up the water have found a large piece of metal thrust deep into the seabed that they're struggling to shift.
The piece that we was trying to get, it's a tricky piece. It's like this. We don't know how far it runs, so when we get it out, I'm gonna celebrate because it's hard. So we ready to go.
First, the team need to size up the piece of metal, and then deploy some specialist flotation equipment which can take the strain of these giant obstacles. These airtight bags are attached to metal debris and then inflated to raise the heavy items at a controlled pace so they can be dragged to the shore. Each liter of air inside the bag will lift a weight of around 1 kilogram, so the team have to perform some swift on-the-spot calculations. They think this could be a 100-foot-long pipe left behind by the old mining operation on the island.
We really can't tell how heavy or how big the stuff is until we actually start to get it moved.
But the problem they have is that it's buried so deep in the seabed they can't tell its shape, weight, or the number of lift bags they need to attach.
Tigo, try to stretch the bags them out as far as you could get them. We really and truly don't know how big it is. But we know it's pipes, but it's huge. It's very huge pipes.
The divers blow air to move the sand around the pipe to reveal its dimensions and loosen its grip in the seabed. This is dangerous work, with the constant risk of equipment failing due to the forces at play or sharp pieces of metal being ripped from the buried item and rocketing to the surface.
You need to hurry up, dog. We had to go pick up strong in another 20, 30 minutes.
But with time against them, the pipe is refusing to budge.
I want to see this come out. It off the ground? It off the ground?
Yeah, we get it up with that eye.
Time is really not on our side right now. Time and little bit of misjudgment on the pipe itself.
We're gonna get it, though. We're gonna get it. It's tricky. I'm not giving up until I get it.
It gotta come out. So it come out willingly, or we're gonna force it out.
Reinforcements are called for. With the pipe now exposed from the seabed, the team can adjust their technique, attaching a cable to drag it out.
Yeah, and we got it.
After an entire day struggling with the buried pipe, the team finally succeed.
Good job today. Yeah, absolutely. Good job.
In 2015, the island of Ocean Key in the Bahamas was selected to be given a paradise makeover. And while one team spent months clearing the island of debris and waste accumulated over the last 50 years, another team of American engineers are tasked with landscaping the island to the exact specifications of the architect's plans. It's a job that involves shifting thousands of tons of sand and rock around the island. Every centimeter of this tropical work in progress has been created according to a master plan. This is Barry Barnes, surveyor extraordinaire.
Everything you see here, every hill, every dip, every rise, every contour here is physically being built in the field according to this model right here.
Barry's plans are accurate to within half an inch, meaning there's little room for error on the ground.
We've just got to make sure it's within that half inch. It's not. It's more of a pride thing, let's say that.
The secret to being so accurate is some amazing new equipment navigated by satellites to move the right bits of Earth to the right places.
Every square inch of this island is being built by GPS as far as contours and grades. And it's pretty amazing.
The fleet of bulldozers are connected via satellite to a virtual map of the island, and the map can send instructions directing the diggers and raising or lowering the cutting blade to make every bit of the island inch perfect.
I was running that with my hands free and just letting the machine take over. It's kind of cool.
It means the team can work at the high speed this project requires.
We're about 80% done with the island at this point. We've been working on this island for about a year now. We're up to almost 100,000 yards of material we've moved. So the rest of the island has been shaped and ready for build-out.
But every rise and fall of the new island floor has to be checked by perfectionist Barry.
Well, the cut you made right here is good. Yeah, they got a crater right here, though, showing up. So now I just wanted to check, make sure the blade was good. He's gonna make another couple of passes, fill up the hole, and I'll check again. So just back dragged a couple times here, smooth it out. It's looking good, actually on grade.
Yeah. The best of operators can't do near as good as the machine control can do. And he said it was within a quarter inch, so it's perfect.
As the bulldozing shapes the island, the team also have to make sure that the island stays where it is. The Bahamas lies 65 miles south of the United States, slap bang in the middle of an area prone to hurricanes. And when they strike, the extreme weather can take parts of the island with it. To prevent this, it's necessary to stabilize the island's coastline.
Anything close to the edge of the water would be washed away in almost no time.
American project manager Rick Alexander has been tasked with building a defense to this erosion. And his solution is 125,000 tons of Canadian rock.
These rocks come from a long ways away. These rocks come from Nova Scotia. And it's granite, so it's more dense. It has a higher specific gravity, so it takes less rock to protect the island from the storms.
For the past 5 months, Rick has been overseeing the placement of this rock, known as revetments, all around the island. 1,200 meters of shoreline must be stabilized, and it must be done quickly. Now Rick is on his way to check on the progress with his revetment team.
The biggest thing for me right now is the northeast point. It's the last major placement of revetment rock, and it's going to be finished today or I'm going to kill somebody. What do we got going on? What's happening?
Trying to finish Tituston today
All right.
to complete this.
It's got to be finished today. I ain't got no more time. Get back up on there and make me proud. Okay, Bubba? When we complete this one, the island will be, for the most part, as protected as we can make it, and we will have completed probably close to 125,000 tons of rock placement throughout the entire island. This is like the last hurrah. Every day that goes by, I get closer to less to plan and more to relax.
Each rock is heavy, but must be delicately placed in order to create a sloping coastal wall. It may look random, but every rock has its place, and the end result is a formidable barrier that will prevent harsh winds and high seas from washing the coastline away. One by one, the rocks are lifted and maneuvered into position. Once each section is done, it has to be checked. Nothing on this island can be left to chance. So, Surveyor Barry is called upon to make sure everything's up to scratch.
I've got to come out here and check it mathematically to make sure that the rock line is back as needs to be where it's at. It's up to grade. All right. Right on top of him right there. That looks good.
Observation.
All right. They hit the water line. And even though I check one spot is good, you got to move on. You got to find out that all of it's right. All right, got it. All right, that's good. The more information, the better.
They're proud of the way the rock is looking, partly because of the GPS, it's partly because of the operators, and it's greatly because of Barry being sure that we have every rock right in the correct place.
They trust my math, and if I say it's not ready, it's not ready.
When he finally walks in my office with the paper, he rests it on my desk, and it already gets my stamp of approval.
It's a little thick right here.
Everything is pretty well within tolerance.
Yes.
I think everybody's gonna love it. If the engineers did their jobs right, Mother Nature's gonna have a hard time. The most susceptible areas to the island, the most susceptible areas to being destroyed are all protected now and should be here for years to come.
With the outline of the island secured and the canvas of Paradise Island made ready, the building can finally begin. The plans for Ocean Key are designed to create a slice of paradise. They include acres of crisp white beaches, tropical palm trees, and the isolation that visitors will crave. But it wasn't always like this. For decades, this island was a working mine that employed hundreds of locals. One of those men was Danny Rahming. He worked on Ocean Key for 35 years and knows it better than perhaps anyone else.
When I came here, September the 2nd, 1980, they had 105 employees. Eventually, every time another company take over, just keep breaking it down.
Danny was employed by a number of mining companies, digging up sand and sending it to man-made beaches around the world.
It changed a lot, but I still say that they should keep it going. That's a gold. We call it white gold. White gold.
But the demand for white gold diminished, and the island was abandoned, until MSC came along with plans for transformation. Now Danny is part of the local workforce on the island, and he hopes he can be part of its future too.
When it's finished, they will keep some of us employed, because we know like a lot of history. I worked here for 36 years. I'd like to carry on. I wouldn't say another 36, but another 15 years or so. That'd be nice.
For now, Danny is part of the team involved in transforming the island, and his current job is to build a crucial piece of infrastructure called the mooring dolphin. The 5,000 passengers who arrive on the island will be transported by MSC's fleet of enormous cruise ships. These 20-story, 300-meter-long floating cities need a supersized parking space. A deep water channel dug decades ago means the south coast is the best place to dock, but the existing land isn't long enough for the ships to dock alongside. So 2 additional moorings are being built to extend the space. These moorings are essential if this island will be able to welcome cruise ships. Project manager for this bit of the build is Rick Alexander.
This is a very important structure. They're going to hold what's called the mooring lines. With the seas being like this, I have been scared to death because I've basically got a month to get this structure in, and if we don't get it in a month, I'm in big trouble. The project's in big trouble. They might even run me off.
The mooring is essentially a concrete slab placed on top of a series of pylons and drilled down into the seabed. But the challenge is securing the slab to the pylons. Each seal and join needs to be cemented into place, and all this on a makeshift building site in the middle of a turbulent ocean.
You see the guys in the bottom, they mix up a grout mix, a non-shrink grout mix, and they go inside and they seal the hole around each pile. And then they seal the seam between each slab.
The man tasked with applying the grout mix under the water is John Watson.
He's the best there is in this business. And if you take a look, it looks like he may be down there trying to deliver a baby, and all I can say is I hope he delivers a baby for me tonight.
But with harsh weather battering the mooring, John needs to apply more grout than usual and hope it sticks.
If it's not sealed all the way, then there's going to be some motion, and the motion may break what he's got, and we could be back today where we were yesterday, and we might not ever get this thing done. This is real construction. This isn't like that 60 building stuff. The real men.
The team spends several hours working under the waterline, fixing the concrete slabs to the pylons. All they can do now is hope and pray that the grout sets with everything in place. But when the working day is done, the crew building Ocean Key don't get to go home. That's because the building site is their home. Around 300 workers are currently on the island, in temporary structures that had to be built before anything else could happen. They all need to be fed and have some home comforts. Keeping up staff morale is as important as having top-of-the-range tools. But after a hard day's work, it's usually not long before the camp is fast asleep, readying themselves for another busy day to come. For weeks, a team of builders on the island of Ocean Key have been hard at work constructing a new concrete mooring in the ocean. It needs to be in place to allow supersized cruise ships to pull alongside and let their 5,000 passengers disembark. After a tough day of cementing the platform in place, they need to see if it's held firm or if the turbulent ocean has caused any damage. And the initial signs aren't good.
The weather is kind of not helping out on this corner over here right now. There was a lot of areas that got damaged, that has broken loose. So we tried to repair with hydraulic cement, but it didn't work. The pipe's still moving. That kind of make it hard for trying to keep the seal slab and those pipe piles locked together. We worked long hours trying to get it sealed. Actually, we didn't do anything on it. No. For me, it's just hard.
All of the effort that John and his team have put in to secure the mooring has been in vain. The rough weather has moved the slab, and gaps around the pylons still need to be filled.
Definitely Rick's not going to be happy. Is really frustrated. Go ahead for John.
What's up?
Well, so far we didn't manage to get it sealed, okay? Everything we did yesterday just broke loose. Just want to get Rick over here, I guess. I want to talk to Rick about it.
While work on the new mooring is on hold, other construction work is in full swing. One of the requirements for a paradise island is enough crisp white sand to find isolation. But with 5,000 visitors all arriving at once, MSC Cruises felt there wasn't enough beach space to give everyone what they wanted. So the plans for Ocean Key include building 2 new huge lagoons, increasing the beachfront to 3.5 kilometers.
You can actually get an appreciation of how big that lagoon's going to be. Look at the size of that. That's going to be one of the biggest attractions on the island, and it's going to be really calm inside as well because it's a sheltered lagoon. It's still going to be quite spectacular.
But with just months to go until the island opens, the lagoon is still to be built. The team on the island need to dredge up 500,000 tons of sand and move it to fill a hole in the seabed left by the years of sand mining.
The dredging's, it's the most risky operation left, that's it. But again, 500,000 tons from there into there, that's it.
The team will use a giant industrial underwater hoover to slice up the sand and silt and drop it away from the island to fill the hole.
You can see all the scrap in there. That's really the only thing that'll delay the dredging. So you get one of those pieces of metal up your suction pipe, and it won't be nice.
But before the operation can even begin, the team find out that dredging this lagoon is going to be tougher than they thought. Preparation work has uncovered a large metal object in the center of the proposed lagoon.
We're still finding surprises when we dig anywhere.
It's a barge. We don't know exactly how big it is or how far down it is, but it should be between 30 feet wide and maybe 50 feet long.
Buried deep beneath the surface, this giant barge is a huge problem for Hiram and his team. It's heavy, stuck, and potentially full of fuel. It could have been here for more than 30 years, right in the middle of the area they now need to dig out.
Just trying to figure out the best way to really get it up, to get it out of here, without damaging anything that is underneath it.
But it's not just the barge that's causing a problem. Chemicals and fuel inside it mean the whole area is at risk of contamination.
Really tough job here. Everybody here has a time limit, a time period to get in and to get out. And to face a challenge like this, it's pressure. It's gonna take me at least a week just to figure it all out.
Embarking on a 3-year project to build a paradise island, MSC Cruises knew they'd face a race against time. But rough seas and a mountain of discarded junk have stretched that schedule to the limit. One of the construction projects is a new mooring, but the team building it have found all their work undone by bad weather. Now project manager Rick is assessing the damage and deciding if the mooring can be finished.
These are the ones that got more damage. Over there, one or two of them, couple spots. But this one over here, this one got destroyed completely. The pipe is moving so much. Whatever grout you put in there, it just keeps crushing it.
You got one hole over here, about a quarter the size of that one. That's a huge hole.
It's a blow. Rick needs this mooring to be completed.
We don't get this done now, and wintertime comes, this won't get done until next summer.
So he radios head office.
You agree?
And urges them to have one more attempt.
I don't think this is as bad as what John might be thinking, but I think if we get this 6-inch pump down here, we get the water down and see exactly what we got.
Although the weather has damaged the work, Rick feels there is some light at the end of the tunnel. And he's convinced John to have another go.
I really felt like we were going to have to abandon this until the calm weather came. And right now, calm weather is touch and go, and every day that goes by, calm weather is less likely as we get into winter. It can't win now. We'll beat it one way or the other. I think you did good, John. I don't want to think you'd be my goddamn hero if you get this sealed up.
All right, unhook and put the 4-ways back on? Yeah, put the 4-ways back. Let's get that 6-inch pump over here. We'll hold them in place and then see what we got, okay?
Yes, sir. Mother Nature's going to do what she wants, and you have to work real hard if you don't want her to have her way.
So once again, John gets to work. A water pump is lifted onto the platform, and the holes are finally exposed.
Whoa, we got a leak in there. Big leak over there. So he didn't catch that leak over there. Here we got this hole over here, okay, and it's big. We're gonna check each one of them. We're gonna go for the big hole, try to plug that with hydraulic cement. You already mixed. Give me more wedges, okay? We control all the big leaks. We still have some small leaks, and then I'm gonna do one more grouting, and hopefully that should take care of it.
I like it.
And then we should have a 100% seal.
I like it.
Finally, after a 2-day battle with the elements, it looks like John and his team are winning the war.
The good thing about something like this is when you cure it, you got that much more to feel good about. I'm beginning to smell the sweet smell of success.
Before the team can celebrate, they still need to check the whole mooring is watertight and secure, and night is drawing in.
We've been working long hours, but it's the only way we'll probably be able to get this done, if I work these hours. I'm pleased with the result. It's a long day, but I think it was worth it.
But while the mooring can now be completed, there are other problems which risk delaying the entire island opening. The new lagoon, which needs to be dug out of the island, can't be built until a large metal barge is carefully removed. And with just 6 months before the island is set to open, company chairman Pier Francesco Vargo, the man funding the entire operation, is on Ocean Key to get an update.
When is this decontamination work going to be over?
Well, Chris has just finished cleaning this up, so we'll get the guys on it next week. We'll start to clean it up. Takes about 6 weeks.
So it's a job that has got to be done, but obviously the concern about time. The more that we're behind the schedule, the more complex the acceleration will have to be. So I'm a bit concerned.
This will take 3 to 4 weeks to finish off.
Every time you guys tell me this, and I come back and nothing's changed.
3 to 4 weeks, I know.
Yeah. You told me the same about the Center Lagoon, and we haven't even started.
With so many delays, every possible solution is on the table.
Do we really need a lagoon?
Do we really?
You need the lagoon.
Don't even start.
Without those lagoons dredged, we just have an island with structures on it. And we can't give the guests their experience that they'd expect. So the dredging needs to be finished.
But if the lagoon is to be built, it needs to be perfect, and it needs to be on time.
Really, there is a lot of work. So we cannot have a delay. We cannot have a delay. So the pressure is on, time is kicking, and a lot of work to do.
To prevent delays, Mr. Vago agrees to pump in additional money to speed up the pumping out of all that sand. An extra team arrives, and they work from morning till night, moving the sand and clearing the barge from the lagoon.
This is the bow. We're about 65% of it out already.
So I think it's fair to say that nothing is running ahead of schedule at the moment. Most things are either on schedule or behind schedule.
At last, as the carcass is removed, the long-awaited dredging can begin. Thousands of tons of sand are lifted out of the new lagoon. All of the removed sand and silt is pumped into the ocean. The team have erected underwater curtains to stop the sand drifting out to sea. It'll keep the water clean and ensure the marine life is protected. With every inch of sand removed, slowly but surely, the lagoons start to take shape. One further complication is clearly visible as the lagoon forms. The water is green, full of algae and pollution from the years of dumped waste. It's a long way from the luxurious experience promised to guests, so the lagoon is undergoing its own deep clean.
We've got some filtration units on site. We're also sparging, which is basically blowing air through the water, which releases the volatile organics.
The filtration takes up to a month. It's the latest in a long line of costly delays that are putting this entire build in jeopardy.
Shall we say we've exceeded expectations and we're well over budget at the moment? Everything just costs a little bit more when you're building something in the middle of nowhere.
Four months on, and the dredging of the lagoon is complete. What was once the middle of Ocean Key is now an oasis with hundreds of meters of new beach. And it gets Chris Ellis's seal of approval.
It's been a pretty long, tedious, torturous process. But looking at this baby now, it's all worth it. This has been a huge effort, but this is a fantastic area. You don't appreciate the whole scale of this lagoon until it's finished. I mean, this is a huge expanse of water. For some reason in my brain, I pictured it to be a lot smaller. This is a fantastic space. It's almost a little inland sea in its own right. It's great. I think this is just what the guests are looking for. I'm very proud of the team that managed to make this happen for MSC. It's a great achievement to each and every one of them.
With one part of the island now resembling paradise, it's time for the rest to be built.